ọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ tàpọ́nlé tí àwọn bàbá wa Alhaji Mahamud Yusuf náà yìí Imam Ajase-Ipo pé kí wọ́n fún wa bùkátà nígbà tí wọ́n fún wa ní àdúrà. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir alhamdulillahi alladhi khalaqa as-samawati wal-arda وجعل الظلمات والنور ثم الذين كفروا بربهم يعدلون هو الذي خلقكم من طين ثم قضى أجلا وأجل مسمى عنده ثم أنتم تمترون وهو الله في السماوات وفي الأرض يعلم سركم وجهركم ويعلم ما تكسبون الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر كبيرا الله أكبر كبيرا. adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run jama. àwọn ọ̀nà ìbí àgbà tìlú Ajase-Ipo wọn ní adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. ẹ̀fọ́ wa alimaru. alájí wa fáwọn alimaru. balógun. níbi ọpẹ́ ló ti gbé ọ̀rọ̀ wa. níbi ọpẹ́ náà ni wọ́n ti gbé ọ̀rọ̀ náà. níbẹ̀ náà láti gbé. ilé ìyàwó nínú ìlú mi. ìtòyẹ wa náà ni ká dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. alhamdulilayi rabbil alamin. adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. arrahman arrahim. adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. maliki yawmiddin. iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا صراط المستقيم. Abíọ́lá àwọn ọmọ bíbí wa nílùú Ajase-Ipo. àwọn ọmọ bíbí wa nílùú Ajase-Ipo. Ọlọ́run tún gbé ètò ìlé wọn lọ́wọ́. tí Ọlọ́run tún gbé ètò ìlé wọn lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run bá a sàmọ̀nà wọn. Ọlọ́run bá a sàmọ̀nà wọn. Bá wọn máa ṣe. Ọlọ́run bá a tọ́ wọn sọ́nà bá a kọ́ wọn máa ṣe. Tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn má tì wọ́n lójú. Ọlọ́run bá a tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn má tì wọ́n lójú. Ọlọ́run má fi wọ́n bú wa. Bàbá wa náà bú àwọn náà. Ọlá Ànábì wa Muhammadu. Ọba wo olúpo. Ọba olúpo. Ọlọ́run fi àtọ̀ yìí sàtọ́jọ́ wọn báyìí. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ọlá náà kó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Kí ipò náà kó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Kí àlàáfíà náà kó máa tẹ̀síwájú fún bàbá. Ọlọ́run ti jòyè wọn náà. Ọlọ́run la ilaha illallah. Abíọ́lá nínú àánú ẹ̀. Gbogbo ọmọ Ajase-Ipo. Ilé ní dalẹ̀. Òfin Amẹ́ríkà. Ọlọ́ba ṣàánú wa. Kọ́mọ bá dáadáa. Ní dalẹ̀. Kọ́mọ kó wálé. Kọ́mọ bá dáadáa. Ọmọ wọn náà. Gbogbo tí wọ́n jáde tó dáadáa. Nínú ìlú yìí. Bá ti wọ́n lẹ́yìn. Wọ́n dojú tí wọ́n. Ọmọ ti dáadáa nínú ìlú yìí. Ọmọ kò lè lù wọn. Ọlọ́ agbára Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́ àṣẹ Ọlọ́run. La ilaha illallah. Ọlọ́kàwọ́ Al-Qur'an. Ọmọ àgbà. Báwa ṣaṣojú wọn. Báwa ṣe bàbá pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́. Ọlọ́mọdé alámọ̀dé bàbá rú. Ọlá tí wọn náà. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn wọn náà. Ọba tí wọn náà jẹ́ Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́mọdé tí wọn jàṣẹ́. Òkúlẹ̀ Kwara. Ọlọ́mọdé ọba jẹ́. Ọlọ́mọdé Nàìjíríà. Àwọn ọmọ olùkọ́ wọn ti dé. Àwọn ọmọ olùkọ́ wọn ti dé. Ẹ̀dá pẹ̀já dìde fún jáde. Allahu sallam mariyaba. Allahu sallam mariyaba. Àwa òkè bàbá wa. Àwa òkè bàbá wa olùkọ́. Allahu sallam mariyaba. Sallam mariyaba. Allahu sallam mariyaba. Àwa òkè bàbá wa. Àwa òkè bàbá wa أهلا وسهلا مريبا أهلا وسهلا مريبا سهلا مريبا أهلا وسهلا مريبا أهلا وسهلا مريبا سهلا مريبا أهلا وسهلا مريبا أهلا وسهلا مريبا أهلا وسهلا مريبا أوكي بابا ولقى أهلا وسهلا مريبا أهلا وسهلا مريبا وسهلا أبو ربي ما كان يجري يا شيخ إسماعيل أنت منا ووقتك دوما ربنا مولانا قصلا ولا زادي عليه أو يكذبوك أو يولدوك ويمكرون ويمكر الله والله خير الماكرين. لا قوة إلا ولا حول ولا حول بسم الله الإله.
Inú wa dùn púpọ̀. Àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ náà ní kí n dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín.
Ọlọ́dún ní tòfẹ́sọ̀ wa pẹ́ ara àwọn ògbó ìlú Àjàṣe-Ìpo
wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn.
náà ni
Wọ́n ní kí ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ bàbá wa mi bí. Àṣẹ nìyẹn Professor Wale Suleiman.
àwọn bàbá wa ẹnu àmì òróró ọlọ́run àtúntò lọ́wọ́ yín fún orí ọ̀fẹ́ àti agbára ńlá tí ẹ fi gbé wa rú títí di ọjọ́ òní. àwọn ọmọ rẹ lápapọ̀ níbí ìyàwó àyẹ̀wò láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọdún yìí láti January títí di àkókò yìí. ẹ̀ ń tẹ̀ wá síwájú ẹ̀ ń dáàbò bò wá ìlú Àjàṣe-Ìpo wà ní ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà láti àfin káàkiri gbogbo ìlú yìí àti àyíká àti àyídà wàhálà ìdààmú ẹ̀jẹ̀ dé bá wa ọlọ́run gba ọpẹ́ wa. adúpẹ́lọ́wọ́ yan ọlọ́run fún orí ọ̀fẹ́ ńlá ìjẹ́ fún ìlú Àjàṣe-Ìpo láti yan àwọn ọmọ rẹ sí ipò láti mú ìlú yìí tẹ̀síwájú ní àkókò yìí nítorí pé ẹ ti dé sáàrin wa lórúkọ Jésù ọlọ́run gba ọpẹ́ wa. abẹ̀yìn ọlọ́run gbogbo ọ̀nà gbogbo tí a ti ní ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan tàbí èkejì tó lè ṣe ìdíwọ́ tàbí àkóbá fún ìpéjọpọ̀ yìí pàápàá fún àwọn olóyè tuntun tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi sí orí àga wọn lónìí gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ìjákulẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí ìmúni tẹ̀síwájú ní ìlú tàbí ní àyíká àti àyídà ní gbogbo alápapọ̀ pẹ̀lú àdáríjì wa ọlọ́run ìdílé ọlọ́run gba ìṣàkóso 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 àti gbogbo àwọn ọmọ rẹ lé lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n tẹ̀síwájú fún ìtẹ̀síwájú ìlú Àjàṣe-Ìpo agbára láti ṣe àṣeyọrí ọlọ́ba àfikún wọn ọgbọ́n láti ọ̀run ọlọ́ba àfikún wọn ìmọ̀ láti ọ̀run ọlọ́ba àfikún wọn ìlú Àjàṣe-Ìpo ní àkókò ìjẹ́pẹ́ máa dára. a fi ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ àárín àti ìparí ètò yìí lé yín lọ́wọ́ lórúkọ Jésù Olúwa bá ẹ ṣàkóso Olúwa jẹ́ yọrí sí rere mú àwọn ọmọ rẹ tẹ̀síwájú kéré tí ọdún yóò kọjá lọ lórúkọ Jésù ẹnikẹ́ni wákàtí ó dì wọ́n mẹ́rin lọ. ìdùnnú àtayọ̀ ní ká fi wọ́n. àti kó padà sí ibùgbé wọn ká máa dúró ara wọn láyà tàlàfíà abéèrè lórúkọ Jésù Kristi Olúwa wa. àmín lórúkọ Jésù. ẹ bá mi kí hallelujah.
Ìtọ́jà ìpele ẹlẹ́karùn-ún àti sọ committee report àti chairman speech electoral by the electoral chairman.
Sọlú aládàbí kàrí òkè kábíyèsí the honourable prof Ajase-Ipo ẹ̀yin olóyè mo kí léde tẹ́ rí ọ̀dọ́ ọgbẹ́ wa ó pọ̀ ní ojú ọjọ́ ìdùnnú fún mi gan-an mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́wọ́ bá lókè mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kábíyèsí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olóyè mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo adu members torí trust fún wa ni pé ká lọ ṣiṣẹ́ yìí ọlọ́run dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run méjì wàhálà ló já sí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ speech tèmi gangan fúnra mi as the chairman of the committee. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì report of the committee. Report committee àdídúró kábàkà torí it's almost 7 or 8 pages report this year. So tá a bá ṣe tán. So report yẹn olówó àlọ́ mi tá a bá ṣe tán àádọ́fẹ̀ fún the new ESCO láti lè ṣe gbogbo iṣẹ́ wa pátápátá gbogbo activities wa bá a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ kìíní tá a bá dé kejì gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà ń bẹ̀. So ẹ̀dẹ̀ rí mbẹ́ nílé máa kà yẹn níbi ilé ní èjì ṣùgbọ́n ó ti wà ready made ó wà ń bí báyìí. So ẹ̀jọ̀ máa ka executives on Saturday, December 18, 2021, at Community Primary School Ajase-Ipo, which is today, all thanks and praises went to Almighty Allah for bringing us far and making today a reality. It is with great pleasure that I, on behalf of Adu Electoral Committee, welcome you all to this inauguration of new executives of our umbrella body, Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union. The Electoral Committee conducted a free, fair, and credible election into the various posts of Adu on October 23, 2021. The final phase of that process, and indeed the assignment of the committee, is what we gather to witness today that made us to be here. Today's transition of power to newly elected executives is a milestone, as it is the first time power is transiting to new executives, and is an indication of the readiness and determination of our people to keep going ahead as one united entity for the glory and development of our dear town, Ajase-Ipo. Permit me at this juncture to thank the outgoing interim executives for finding members of this electoral committee. Please, electoral committee, stand up for recognition. So these are the people that work with the electoral committee suitable to fit for the various assignments, and I hope we have not disappointed you. I must also commend all members of the electoral committee for the display of uncommon love for our community by ensuring that all issues were considered and decided based on the best interests of the community and without rancor. Their commitment and cooperation made the task easy. I invited you to help appreciate them for their sacrifice of time, talent, treasure for the community. I also want to place on record the tremendous support and encouragement we received from our foremost ruler, His Royal Majesty, the Oluko of Ajase-Ipo. The chiefs, please help us give our dear father a round of applause. Appreciate you. From all sons and daughters of Ajase-Ipo, home and abroad, we thank you all, and may peace continue to reign in our dear town. Thank you, and God bless you. Alhaji Nuruddin Akanbi, Chairman 2021 Electoral Committee. Thank you all.
Gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbé látòkè nísàlẹ̀ òun náà nìyẹn. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Ìkàlẹ̀ ẹ jọ ní àráyá. A rí aṣojú former commissioner Alhaji Honorable Túndé Lawal Gàmí bọ̀ fún àwọn Ògo Àjàṣẹ́. Professor Wale Suleiman, you are highly recognized, sir. Our cultural dance.
Àwọn cultural dance ló ń dá wa lára yá yìí o.
àwọn ní cultural dance ló ń dá wa lára yá báyìí o.
ìwọ mi ò tó bá gbọ́ ọlọ́run ọba tó ṣẹ̀dá mi tó ṣẹ̀dá ìwọ tó sì ń jó mi tí gbogbo aráyé ti ń lò tó ẹgbẹ́ òun ló ṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀ tó ti ń jó mi jáde pẹ̀lú àṣẹ ọlọ́run.
àtẹwọ́ rẹpẹtẹ àtẹwọ́ rẹpẹtẹ.
o gbọ́dọ̀ kán tó bá gbọ́ ọlọ́run ọba ló ṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀ tó ti ń jó mi jáde dúró tó bá jẹ́ pé èṣù ń kọ́ jáde tó bá jẹ́ pé èṣù ló ṣe é tó ti ń jó mi jáde.
àtẹwọ́ rẹpẹtẹ.
ẹ jẹ́ àdúgbò ẹ̀fọ́ lọ́hùn. ìwọ tó o bá wà ń bí tí ó pé tèèyàn lọ́kàn ń bàjẹ́ kó tó dijọ́ méjì ò ní inú rúnrún ni o gbígbọ́ ọkàn ń bà tèèyàn jẹ́ ni o tún tèèyàn ṣe ìwọ ni ìṣó ń lọ lára ẹ̀ kò sí ẹnì kankan tó mọ lébi tí mo ń gbé o. O lè máa bọ̀ kọ́ má mọ̀ ọ̀nà bẹ̀ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àṣẹ àwọn bàbá wa tó wà ń bí tó bá ń ba tèèyàn jẹ́ ni o torí ẹlòmíì ò mọ bí wọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má sì mí gbọ́ tó bá ti mọ̀ pé ò wá ń bí ò ń ba tèèyàn jẹ́ ni ẹ jẹ́ àdá o.
àtẹwọ́ rẹpẹtẹ.
ẹ jẹ́ ká fún wọn ní àtẹ́wọ́.
àtẹwọ́ rẹpẹtẹ.
ẹ jẹ́ ká fún wọn ní àtẹ́wọ́. Muritala làwọn àgbẹ̀ ably represented by the National Secretary, Barrister Abdul Qadri, for any presidential speech. Ó ti yẹ kí eléyìí wálé láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àmọ́ nítorí wípé àfẹ́ dáwọn bàbá wa dúró àti àwọn ètò tí ó fẹ́ gbà wá ní àsìkò la ṣe sáré tì síwájú. You are welcome, sir.
صلوا على النبي الكريم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الحمد لله وسبحان الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. lábẹ́ kólókó márìdá ilẹ̀ àmà ṣàfẹ́ta ara fẹ́ ṣe díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n adúgbò fọlọ́run lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa kábíyèsí ọlọ́run ní kára náà kò ṣe jẹ́mu díẹ̀ ọlọ́run yóò fún gbogbo aláyé àlàáfíà ọlọ́run makatimadina. ẹ̀kan tí wọ́n ní kí a sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ní ọ̀rọ̀ bí ètò tá a ṣe ní gbogbo ìgbà tí ìjọba wà lọ́wọ́ wa ká tó máa kó gbá wọlé lẹ́nìí. Bàbá wa president àwọn ló yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ètò yìí ṣùgbọ́n la gbé aṣàfẹ́kù wọn láàrin ní ọ̀rọ̀ náà fi kàn mí. First president wa náà àwọn náà wọ́n sí níkàlẹ̀ lábẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ màá present pépà mi lórúkọ gbogbo wọn lápapọ̀. This is a report presented by National Secretary at the inauguration of new Executive Council of ADU. His Royal Highness, my father, the most paramount ruler of Kwara South in general, the most committed leader, the most honorable one. I say, Kabiyesi. Please, let's have that tone again. Kabiyesi. We may wish to add another strong one. Thank you, sir. Your Highness, the Olupo of Ajase-Ipo Chief in Council, outgoing President of ADU, all members of his team and executive arm, chairman of ADU branches all over the zones, all members of ADU here present, all our community leaders here present, all the security personnel here present, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the outgoing Executive Council of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union across the zone and overseas, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone here present to this August gathering for the inauguration ceremony of a newly elected members of Executive of our great union. The structure of ADU Executive at the national level is a byproduct of an election, swearing ceremony of members having successfully elected into various offices as laid down in ADU Constitution. The general election conducted on the 31st March 2018 had produced volunteers with passion for growth and development of our indomitable community. We have in the executive body the personalities such as Alhaji Muritala Lawal, President, Alhaji Nyada Yakub, Auditor, First Vice President, Alhaji Engineer Abdulrazak Alabi Olobi, Second Vice President, Barrister Abdulkadir Bolakale Ibrahim, National Secretary, Bakari Kasim Olubuade, Assistant General Secretary, Comrade Ayedo Olaita Ame Piaro, Alhaji Lukman Kadiri, Financial Secretary, Olaya Bukola Sakirat, Assistant Financial Secretary, Maruf Musa, Treasurer, Alfa Suleiman Waidi Aribi, Youth Leader, Alhaji Balogun Adigun Shehu, Youth Social Secretary, Olabi Olajide Tohib, Assistant Social Secretary. Summary of achievement during the time. This is inauguration of 23rd June 2018. The outgoing National Executive are taking a bold step towards the development of the town in one way or the other. Consultations were made and letters written to government and its agencies requesting for provision of infrastructure facility in our community. Few of the efforts made in this regard include the establishment of University of Agriculture in Ajase-Ipo. We are still fighting it out. By the grace of God, our university is coming soon. Inshallah. Upgrading of Cottage Hospital Ajase-Ipo to the General Hospital is on course too. Construction of about 12 township road in Ajase-Ipo. Construction of triangular roundabout along Ilorin Lokoja Road, Ajase-Ipo. additional walls and polling units in Ajase-Ipo and sought for permission of state government for the connection of the 5 motorized borehole drilled by philanthropists and engineers of Ajase-Ipo to government water reservoir at Bariki area for distribution of water to the town. The request had been granted and water is now available in most of the public water taps in Ajase-Ipo. Requested for construction of Ajase-Ipo Township Road, upgrading of Cottage Hospital, General Hospital, provision of solar street light, rehabilitation of Oyo Dam works and renovation of Olupo Palace. Association of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union as non-governmental organization with the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. This led to the supply of some palliative materials during the COVID period. They even gave us some financial support. Request was also made and granted for release of former post office building land for proposed Adu National Secretariat, and we have the approval granted by NIPO's headquarters, Abuja. Request made and granted for the establishment of National Security and Civil Defense Corps Command in Ajase-Ipo. Adu made the proposal to government for the introduction of entrepreneurship training to comprehensive high schools. In the comprehensive high school, Ajase-Ipo curriculum. The then Honorable Commissioner for Education and Capital Development has shown interest in the proposal and promised to act on it for the benefit of all secondary schools in Kwara State. A discharge letter written by Adu in opposition to requests made by some political heirs in Omara for relocation of Kwara South Senatorial District headquarters from Ajase-Ipo to Mara. The letter was addressed to Senator Lola Ashiru, Senator representing Kwara South Senatorial District in the National Assembly. The letter was timely written and had altered the plan for the relocation during the period. Request was also made for Metro Line Express train station in Ajase-Ipo, addressed to the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transport, Garke Abuja. The line is coming from Ibadan, link Aberi, Araromi, Obate, along Alade College, Ajase-Ipo, and we pass through Afon Assis as a local government. If granted, it will boost the economic condition of Ajase-Ipo. Letter requesting for additional polling unit yielded positive results. Adu had proposed and the establishment of international market along road, Ajase-Ipo, sponsoring the hearing of goodwill messages on radio stations and use the same medium to commiserate with victims of unavoidable incidents, sending of congratulatory letters to our personality on occasion of their elevation and appointment. Adu had in some ways intervened in settlement of disputes among the people of the community. Summary of Adu financial status: the son of 212,000 naira 773 was the balance inherited at the inauguration of the outgoing executive in 2018, and being the amount kept in Adu account with Zenith Bank. The total receipt is the sum of 5,527,222 naira. Total expenses is the sum of 4,778,656 naira. Balance at bank is in the sum of 961,299. Summary of project: Adu supervise and influence their execution. Repair of damaged classroom at Muslim Community Primary School. Here we have clearing of bushes and removal of trees on the proposed site for Adu National Secretariat Complex. Adu is currently paying the sum of 20,000 naira monthly for the operator in charge of town borehole. Adu at branches and national level serves as link, spearheading the request of the community for the construction of doctors' quarters at Cottage Hospital in partnership with Adu America, UK, and other philanthropists. Adu, in partnership with Adu America and UK, carried out summer school program for students in our community, the establishment of police patrol vehicle, setting up of committee on renovation of Olupo Palace. Adu initiated National Congress for the purpose of fostering peace, unity, and progress in our community. General innovation of comprehensive high school, Ajase-Ipo all students, including some of the Adu members who are members of AXOS. The project include innovation of administrative block, provision of industrial borehole, innovation of library, innovation of laboratory, innovation of principal quarters, innovation of classrooms. Purchase of one big photocopy machine and generating set. Presently, More works are ongoing on renovation exercise at the school premises, sponsored by the host. ADU also participated in the supervision and distribution of COVID palliative material. Critical observation on our internal challenges. Our internal challenges are numerous, but the summary that we put on record. I'm promoting the good image of our enriched traditional heritage and focus on unity and peaceful coexistence. Reforming our political structure to identify distinguished politicians and integrating them into a well-constituted committee of ADU for the purpose of strengthening the youth political will and encourage their participation in politics for the benefit of our town. Establishment of more tertiary institutions as a pillar for community development. Religious tolerance devoid of ethno-religiosity should be encouraged for the purpose of promoting Ajase-Ipo agenda for peace and harmony at all levels, encouraging financial commitment of all indigenous and taking responsibility of matters in connection with achieving our aims and objectives, and thereby reviving Ajase-Ipo glory among the community in Kwara State and Nigeria in general. We should look inward in fashioning out new development plans on ways to reserve lands for industrial development, educational institution site, and for other infrastructural development purposes. To further our collective and individual agitation for the return of Wilewolede local government area with Ajase-Ipo retaining its headquarters. Tackling of insecurity in the community through neighborhood watch. Final completion and utilization of Ajase-Ipo Town Hall. External challenges. There will have been no external challenges if the ruling houses and people in general are up to the task of making the town worthy of our historical prestige and win more accolades. United we stand, divided we fall. If we are united, we stand to be stronger, focused, able to surmount our problem posed by those that have taken the advantage of our disunity to usurp our prestigious heritage. Humble commendations. Our commendation goes to His Royal Highness, His Royal Highness, His Royal Highness, His Royal Highness, His Royal Majesty the Olupo of Ajase-Ipo. With due respect, Oba Ismail Mohammed Yahya Atolui Alibiosu and his chief in council for their astute leadership quality and fatherly support to execute our pre-planned objective for development of our historical town. Counseling for the incoming ADU executive. Experience is the mother of invention. The new incoming executive is lucky to have as president an experienced man of outstanding character and person of Alhaji Maruf Atada Musa, who has served along with other members of the outgoing executive and re-elected. I wish to employ the incoming executive to remodel our image, forgive and forget the old wound being nursed by individuals against one another. Focus on new agendas set to liberate our town from the yoke of undevelopment. Find ways of improving generation of funds for the running of the union's activities. And move ahead to promote unity, which is the basis for social, economic, political, and cultural growth and development of our great town. The outgoing executive plans to complete the town hall and construction of ADU Secretariat should be the focus of the new administration. On this note, I thank everyone here present. May Lord bless you. May Allah guide you. May Allah enrich you with the power of your knowledge and intellectual proficiency. Thank you. Have a seat.
A powerful National Secretary of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union. Inauguration of the incoming executive of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union. Tí àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa dáadáa nù. Our brother Barrister Razak Alabi, highly welcome. Amòfin ńlá, present chairman, our APC lawyer ní Kwara South. You are highly welcome, sir.
Òkè àwọn olóyè àwọn yìí pẹ́ olúwo rẹ̀ kó wá jẹ pẹ́ o. Àbí apẹ́ lórí. Papa pé lẹ́sẹ̀ àṣẹ pápá pé lẹ́nu àdífẹ́nu lè ṣe yí o ìgbà tí lẹ́ mo kí gbogbo wa o nǹkan tá à ń ṣe lénìí is a step towards the development of the town pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run iwájú ni ọ̀pẹ́ ibi tí wàá máa rí sí o now n ta fẹ́ ṣe ní ìsìn òun ló fẹ́ fún àwọn esco wa ní agbára láti act láti èlé lọ wọ́n bá ti take vote of allegiance and kílùkẹ́ wọ́n ti di esco ni gbogbo ìtàn wà nílẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ṣe president gọbẹ wọ́n ṣe president o àfi tán bá ṣe swearing in lẹ́nu ọlọ́run àgbàdo àwa. Now I think I want to invite every member of the ESCO to please stand up. First one, Aveche, on the oath of allegiance. Oath of allegiance. Tí mo bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Salero come outside, sir.
Now, mo bá sọ pé I kálukú á dá orúkọ ẹ̀ then ìmọ̀ wa tẹ̀lé mi. Kábíyèsí draw attention mi see something. Pé gbogbo àwọn tán wà yìí kálukú láti identify ara rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú position tí yóò wà. So àtàwọn èèyàn bá wọ́n á dì mọ̀ pé president ni secretary ni. No, I think I want to start from the immediate right by dárúkọ yín sọ position tẹ̀ wá.
Sọ́lọ́ Ànábì Al-Karim. Orúkọ mi ni Alhaj Lukman Atọ̀dá Kadri tí mo jẹ́ treasurer ADU Ajase-Ipo ilé olùhọdẹ ilé olùsẹ́bì.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Balógun Shehu ilé Balógun tí mo jẹ́ social secretary.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Ayédùn Ọláìtàn Ahmed. Mo ọmọ ilé ọba ti joyè. Mo jẹ́ alukoro ẹgbẹ́ tàmọ̀ sí National PRO.
Èmi ni amòfin Ibrahim Bọ́lákalẹ́ Abdulkadir Olúyọ̀sọ̀run original tí mo ti jẹ́ amòfin èmi ni secretary ìjókòó yìí.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Alhaj Chief Ajibaye Alabi Mufta Olúọmọ of Ajase-Ipo Kingdom tí mo wá jẹ́ Vice President 1 Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union. Eré asẹ́rú company tìlú Ajase-Ipo ni.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Alárápé Ibrahim Ọlámilékan láti ilé Hawa fún Financial Secretary ADU.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Hassan Tajudeen láti ilé Sàwò ìdílé and ilé Kóníkà nídìílé bàbá. Mo jẹ́ Assistant Financial Secretary.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Sọ́víọ́ Alhaj Tajudeen Kadiri ilé ìyá ilé ìlú ọdẹ ilé bàbá ilé olùsèbí Ajase-Ipo. Orúkọ tèmi ni Abdulrasheed Shuaib.
Position.
Sorry, Vice President 2. Orúkọ tèmi ni Abdulrasheed Shuaib. Mo wá láti ilé ọba Diwin. So I'm the Assistant Secretary General. Okay, ọba Diwin.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Bello Monsurat Fọlákẹ́mi, Assistant Social Director, ilé olùsẹ́bì, ilé ìdí ọlọ́dún.
Olé wà ládọ̀ bí mi gàrí. Tọ̀yí owó làbí Ọlájídé kò sí bí ló lọ ṣe exam promotion exam ẹ̀ lẹ́nu òun ni youth leader ọmọ ní kí n jọ ẹ̀ attention wá sí yẹn ọmọ ilé kàṣíà nílé ni bí a lọ sí orúkọ tèmi ni Maruf Àtàndá Musa ọmọ ilé Sàjúkú ni mí, ilé bàbá, ilé ìyá, àpọ̀pọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ìtẹ́lẹ̀ àrùkọ. Ẹ̀yẹ́ gbogbo ọ̀gá máa gbọ́ wà bẹ̀. Èmi ni President of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union National Body.
Congratulations.
Welcome all, every one of us to this occasion. Oath of allegiance la kó máa ṣe. I want each and every one of us láti mú copy kíní ẹ̀dá dání. I want everybody to hold a copy. Ẹ dárúkọ yín. Do solemnly swear, affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Ajase-Ipo Descendants Union and Ajase-Ipo generally, and I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of Ajase-Ipo Descendants Union and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Ẹni tí o bá ti sign it possibly with today's date of office. I, Edar Kori, do solemnly swear and affirm that I shall be faithful and bear true allegiance to Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union. I shall discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Union, and always with the interest of the integrity, solidarity, advancement, well-being, and prosperity of the Union and Ajase-Ipo, that I will strive to pursue, enhance, and achieve the aims and objectives of the Union as contained in its Constitution, that I shall not allow my personal interest to influence my official decision, that in all circumstances I shall do right to all members of the Union and to all manner of people, according to law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will, that I shall not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall be brought to my attention or which shall become known to me as an officer of the Union, as may be required for the due discharge of my duties, and I shall devote myself to the service and well-being of people of Ajase-Ipo. So help me God. So you may sign the documents and put today's date. That's all.
Àwọn alátẹ̀wọ́ púpọ̀, àtẹ̀wọ́ rẹpẹtẹ. Lágbára tọ́lọ́. Èyí tó kàn ní ìpele tí a wà, wọ́n ní the elected president, the newly elected president, kí wọ́n wá fún wa ní speech wọn. Àti tabaníkà mọ̀ wo program wo wa ó dàgbà ń gbé síra wọn ó sì nídìí because a ní ìpele àfẹ́ kó jẹ́ wípé àwa máa ṣe nǹkan because a fẹ́ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ìyànjú lẹ́nu àwọn broda wa Fẹ́mi Adéníran tí àwọn bàbá wa náà sì tún wá padà wá sọ ọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Maruf Musa, our indefatigable president, national president. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Ọ̀rọ̀ adájọ́ ọjọ́ pé àti gbàdá ti parí election ní October láti ní òkè a máa ṣe inauguration on the 18th of December and gbogbo wa ọlọ́run dá wa sí dọjọ́ èmi gbogbo wa láwa gbé lápẹ́jù ṣe ọlọ́run àtúbọ̀ dá oníkálukú wá sí ànípẹ̀dé lágbára náà màá nítorí àsìkò mi fẹ́ kí agbára ní àsìkò sódà torí tó kùtà ìfẹ́ ṣe orí ìpọ̀ díẹ̀ so màá sáré ka speech yìí kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo láti kọ́kọ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kábíyèsí ọba Olúpo ọba Ismail Bọ́lájí Atólóyè Alébíoṣù fún ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ wọn wọ́n ní tí ò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọgbà wọ́n máa ń wó ni he has been my backbone in the short time tí mo ti jẹ́ president elect even before I came in wọ́n ti ṣe gudugudu méjì àti yàrá mẹ́fà mo dẹ̀ wọ̀n pé láti ẹ̀ní lọ́wọ́ yìí gan-an ó tún máa lé kẹ́ǹkà ni so abẹ́bẹ́ quickly read my speech. I titled the speech A New Dawn. Pé ayé ọ̀tun ìgbà ọ̀tun dé. His Royal Highness the Olúpo of Ajase-Ipo Ọba Ismail Bọ́lájí Atólóyè Alébíoṣù, Olúpo Chiefs in Council here present, outgoing Adu President, outgoing Adu Executive here present, Chairman of Adu branches, Adu Strategic Committee Chairman here present, all members of Adu here present, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to address you all today, 18th December 2021, as the president of this great association. It is the occasion of the inauguration of the new national executive of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union. When you see a beautiful building, it stands on the foundation. First and foremost, I would like to commend the efforts and good works of our predecessors towards the progress and development of our union, and by extension, our town, Ajase-Ipo. They build a solid foundation on which we are supposed to build on. We cannot forget in a hurry the effort of the first interim committee headed by late Alhaji Wahab Musa. May his gentle soul continue to rest in peace. Please, at this juncture, I just want that we observe 1 minute in silence of late Alhaji Wahab. Rest in perfect peace. They gave us the first constitution of the union and ensured that we are duly registered. The immediate past administration led by Alhaji Murtala Lawal also gave their best to unify our people, among other things, particularly our Lagos chapter. Of particular note is the effort of the vice Vice President, Alhaji Ayanda and other members of the executive for stepping in when the president was indisposed. We thank you all for your service and commitment to the growth of our community. The election that brought in the current executive to be inaugurated today was successfully conducted on the 23rd of October this year. I must thank the electoral committee from their chairman to every member of the team for a job well done. It is their success that accumulated into today's event. As we are all aware, the task of developing any community cannot be single-handedly executed by the community. Rather, it is a collaborative effort with all stakeholders to achieve quick and durable human and infrastructural development of the community. To this end, we will engage with individuals, associations, local, state, and federal government agencies and parastatals to attract human and infrastructural development to Ajase-Ipo in the shortest possible time. We will all agree that the development of Ajase-Ipo has been abysmally slow due to a number of factors, but it is time for us to take our destiny in our hands and demand attention from relevant institutions of government, be it local, state, or at federal level. This collaborative effort, I can confirm to you,
has started yielding fruit with our engagement with Federal Road Maintenance Agency. Our engagement with the head of the agency in Kwara State resulted in the recent maintenance of Ajase-Ipo section of the Lori-Kaba Road, starting from Omoko to Ajase-Ipo. We will continue to engage other relevant bodies to ensure to assist to the development of our land. The education of our youth is of importance to us, and we shall engage all stakeholders to bring about better quality education of our youth. We will be following up with the state government on their promise to upgrade Ajase-Ipo to a polytechnic. And I can assure you, and I can say that I confirm that Kabezi has been doing very well with us on that score. We will also collaborate with various alumni of Ajase-Ipo Comprehensive High School in their effort to restore the school facilities to its glorious days. We equally appreciate the Innauguration Descendant Association UK branch for their collaboration with us to establish and implement a learning management system. We call it a LMS portal center here in Ajase-Ipo. This development will provide our students with learning materials online every time. LMS portal can be accessed in the comfort of their homes, provided they have access to internet service. Or they can use the center where 20 computers will be made available with internet connectivity. To ensure better accessibility of our town, we shall follow up on the promise of Kwara State government to construct township roads that we have identified in Ajase-Ipo. In addition, we will not forget to follow up on provisions of other social and infrastructural development in the town, including upgrading of our cottage hospital to general hospital within the shortest possible time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this administration will continue to forge unity among our people. In furtherance of this, and with the support of Olupo, we had a successful meeting with members of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union residents in Lagos on the 12th of this month. The meeting was to ensure that there is unity among our people in Lagos. We thank God, the Olupo and his chiefs in council for the success of that meeting. By our actions and utterances, we shall continue to ensure impartiality in our dealings with our people, and as much as possible try to carry everybody along in our effort to bring development to Ajase-Ipo. To achieve a guided development of Ajase-Ipo, we are going to constitute a committee headed by our able Vice President too. Please, for your Taju, please can you sign up for so that people at least they know you before, but now they know you that you are going to head this committee. To come up with a master plan for Ajase-Ipo, which will guide our development and put a stop to arbitrary and disorganized ways in which our land is being used. So he's going to be heading that committee, and we will be co-opting other members that will assist him so that can be achieved. This administration hopes to complete our town hall that has been under construction for years. The task of getting this off the ground will be championed by Ajase-Ipo. We will have the free hand to work with selected men and women of impeccable characters to accomplish this task. It is disheartening for me that years after Adu has come on stream, we do not have a functional secretariat in Ajase-Ipo or anywhere else for that matter. We wish to rectify this abnormality within the first year of our administration. To this end, we are going to perform the groundbreaking of our secretariat today, the 18th day of December 2021. That is, immediately after this inauguration activity, we shall proceed to the site of our secretariat for this all-important task, which will be performed by our royal father, the Olupo of Ajase-Ipo. It is our belief that we all donate generously towards the early completion of this desirable project. So we will be coming to each and every one of us so that this project, we want it achieved. If possible, in fact, 1 year is too long. ADU can only function effectively with the active participation of all Ajase-Ipo Indians wherever they may be in the globe. This executive will embark on an aggressive membership drive to ensure that no bona fide indigene is left out of our development society. We shall therefore ensure that we increase the number of chapters from the present 4 to all major towns where Ajase-Ipo indigenes can be found. I will implore you to be an agent of development. Help us to win more members into the fold of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union. Former US President in 1961, John F. Kennedy, declared. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what can you do for your country. In the same vein, I challenge us to think, what can we do for our community rather than what the community can do for us. I cannot conclude this address without acknowledging numerous strides of our brothers and sisters in diaspora who have contributed immensely to the development of Ajase-Ipo. Particularly, I want to appreciate former, that's the Chief Kamaru Alabi, current Mr. Taufik Olabi, and the President-elect, Dr. Lukman Adijobi of Ajase-Ipo Descendant Union, North America, and all members of the association. We equally appreciate our diaspora people in the UK, particularly Ajase-Ipo for his immense contribution to the growth of Ajase-Ipo. Address without once again saying big thank you to His Royal Highness, the Olupo of Ajase-Ipo, Oba Ismail Bolaji Atole Alebioshu, for his strive to bring about quick development to Ajase-Ipo within the short time after ascending the throne of his forefathers. To all Ajase-Ipo and our guests there present, I wish you a safety back to your respective destination.